Happy New Year! Happy 2019, everyone. It's Azora Hype here, and I am so happy to be back. Feels like it's been forever, but it hasn't been. I am joined here by my co-host, J.R. Rowley. What's going on, my man?
Nothing. Happy New Year to you, Kyle.
And to everyone in chat, it looks like we got a pretty hype crowd today, so really excited about that. And we're going to start off the new year with positive vibes, J.R. We're gonna talk about 7 reasons why 2019 is going to be the best year for Game of Thrones fans yet. And
a Song of Ice and Fire.
And a Song of Ice and Fire. Yep. So today we're gonna start off the new year with positive vibes. I see PJ of Ice and Fire spamming some heart and fire emojis. Otella Angel. We're gonna get into and chat, please, while we're doing the discussion. Of course, share your thoughts as well. We got a pre-stream donation from Morally kicking off the year in style again. $50 from Mora. So everybody in chat, of course, we know Mora, one of the most kind and generous people in the community. Thank you so much, Mora. We appreciate you. I'm not sure if you're still here right now. We definitely appreciate that. And for any other donations forward, we got a little surprise. We're going to do something a little bit new. It's a little bit silly, but well, next donation you'll see what happens. We'll do something interesting. JR. Okay, so 2019, actually, let's reflect a little bit before we get into 2019, because 2018 was the year that me and you met, me and Gemma met. And a lot of things happened. 2018 was a pretty good year.
It was a pretty fantastic year, actually. Ever since Con of Thrones, man, it's been a wild ride.
Yeah, it has been a wild ride. So much happened last year. Of course, I traveled four months of the 12 months last year. I was gone away from home for 4 months. Super crazy.
And it's looking to be about the same this year, if not more.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a pretty crazy year. We'll talk a little bit about that towards the end of the stream. We'll talk about kind of some.
Yeah, because we both have stuff going on, and there's some interesting stuff afoot. But 2018. Ups and downs as always. I mean, it kind of goes with everybody. Everybody kind of, deals with different stuff at different times of the year. But all in all, man, it was a great year hanging out at Con of Thrones with everybody and getting to, be part of that community. And like I've said it before several times, I've been to a lot of cons, but I've never, ever experienced a con like that. And it's something that's completely unique to this community and to this fandom, really. I can't say enough about it. If you got a chance, if you get a chance to go to Con of Thrones, do it.
And of course, big shout outs to Sue the Fury, Mischief Management. We are super appreciative that you've been able to bring so many of us together. We're actually, we're gonna talk about Con of Thrones after. But,
it's on the list. Matter of fact,
it's actually on our list of 7. But
look at us having notes and sharing them ahead of time. This is great.
We're prepared today,
right?
As you can see, I changed up my background a little bit too. I moved the Night's Watch banner with the House Stark banner. The office is gonna get a couple of new things. I'm thinking about, actually, there's this really cool there's this white tree with red lights on it that looks like a weirwood tree. So maybe we'll have some nighttime streams that can have that in the background. But
that'd be sweet.
But we're going to start off with, this isn't in any particular order, but Game of Thrones Season 8, dude, we are getting the end, the conclusion of Game of Thrones. That is pretty crazy to think about how time flies. It feels like I just started watching this new, right? And now we're going to see the conclusion of the television show on HBO. So
see, and I'm not sure how I feel about it. Well, I know how I feel about it, but it's kind of funny being from the book side first, and then like the show. Like I at one point I started struggling with, do I keep watching Game of Thrones or do I stop watching it? And so, PJ of Ice and Fire,
PJ and Shadow Fox of the $10 donation.
Shadow Fox, yep.
Happy New Year. You guys rock. Love seeing you guys talk about all things A Song of Ice and Fire. Thank you. And
we love doing it.
And PJ, Happy New Season 8. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Both of you, we're going to actually ignore the wall of hype today. We're going to do something a little bit different. But I am going to do something in honor of these amazing donations. We've already got $110 donations, and we're not even 10 minutes through the stream yet. Crazy. But
I guess we'll go into overtime. We'll plan for overtime now.
Yeah, we'll do a little bit of overtime. We're gonna do about an hour and a half today.
Yeah.
But Game of Thrones season 8, while it's bittersweet that it is ending, we are going to get to see the conclusion for our favorite characters, JR.
Right, and that's what I was saying. I'm really looking forward to seeing a lot of these conclusions because we've been following them for so long. I mean, especially for people from the book side. So it's interesting, but at one point I was even contemplating stopping watching, like probably season 4. I was like, I need to stop watching because I don't want it to be spoiled for me in the books. And then I was like, no, it's two different things right now. They've changed a fair amount of the backstory stuff and, edited for time and whatnot. So I was like, no, it's separate. It's separate and still good, and I'll like it. So it'll be interesting to see the conclusion. And then the big thing for me is I can't wait to do the analysis and go, okay, is that going to happen in the book or not? What becomes plausible and what isn't?
That's an interesting thing too, because another part of our list is maybe Winds of Winter, which we'll get into in a couple minutes. But that's the amazing thing too, is we still got 6 episodes to discuss. I mean, it's going to be more than 6 weeks because there's going to be a couple of weeks of really, really excited hype. Like I think we'll, let's say we add another 4 weeks to that. There's going to be 10 weeks of really, really exciting.
Of just nothing but Game of Thrones, all the new trailer drops, because then they'll start releasing like one after the other. Yeah,
and it's going to start to snowball, and then eventually when it's there, it's going to be like, wow, like, okay, we are in the end game. This is it, and we're going to be experiencing it, which is going to be something that's completely unique and interesting for me. Talking about seeing the end of this story, it is bittersweet, JR. Knowing that this is coming to an end, all things come to an end. And I was just watching Harry Potter the other day, and I'm like, rewatching the Deathly Hallows Part 2. For those of you who do like Harry Potter, who have read the books, watching that movie, I'm like, I almost didn't want to rewatch it again because I knew that I had to re-experience the final journey of these characters.
See,
right?
I couldn't do that when that book came out. I burned through that book in a day and a half. Like basically went 36 hours in reading that, like all the way through. I burned right through it. And that was like my aunt and I's thing, who passed away from cancer, was Harry Potter. And so like I finished it, and both of our favorite characters died in it. Like Dobby, when he died,
oh man,
it was even worse because my aunt had just died from cancer, and that was like our character. Like we loved Dobby because he was like Loki. He's a Loki type character, right? He's trying to do the right thing, but he's mischievous and doesn't mean to screw up stuff. But then when he takes the dagger for Harry, you're just like, oh man, no.
Yeah, but similarly, we're gonna have some real there's going to be some heartbreak. There's going to be some characters that are not.
Oh, for sure.
We're going to do some thank yous after too. There's some incredible people in chat who have been super supportive of the channel. We're going to do kind of a little bonus segment, like after me and JR said we're going to extend the stream, and we're going to do
overtime.
We're going to do like a 16-minute discussion on the 7 things. But we're also going to do like a 30-minute discussion Q&A, talking a little bit about 2018, 2019. So everybody that's made donations so far, you're gonna get a little something special in a few minutes. It's just got to finish. You'll see what I mean. Let's do some shout outs in chat though. We got Antique Gamer, Sasic, Fake Arya. We got Helen, who's enjoying a beautiful dinner, celebrating her anniversary. We love you, Helen. Talamasca Dan gets to join us during the day. What's going on, Talamasca Dan? Chrissy of Oldstone, Karen Richmond, Pandora Stargarian, Shadow Fox, who has just been made into a mod. Always doing positive things here on the channel. And Richard Rick Hobby, got to stay with him in California. His amazing cappuccinos. I miss you, Rick. PJ, of course. And Daisy. Oh, geez. Just so many awesome people here in chat.
I know. We get like everybody's in here. Mama Ogre, Talamasca Dan.
Mm-hmm.
John Haymaker. Let's see. Connie. Man, yeah, everybody's in here. Matt.
Scott McCloy is in there. Nicola always
not present.
Yep,
Nicola's there.
Prince that wasn't promised. Latidia. Andy Burnett. What's going on, Andy? Nice to see you, and congratulations on your work bonus, my friend. I was talking to him on Facebook earlier. And I hope all of you, and I didn't get to speak to all of you over the holidays. I took a 10-day break, or I think it was 11 days. I took a major break, people, and I really needed it. I went to the cottage for a few days. I literally sat beside the fireplace, and I don't know if you guys follow me on Instagram or Facebook, but it was beautiful.
And if you don't, you can find it in the links below.
JR, I gotta go get the surprise. I hear a little beeping in the background. Can you keep everyone? Yeah,
I think so. I'll tell them a story about you at Con of Thrones. How about that?
All right, sounds good. I'll be right back.
Okay, y'all. No, everybody's pretty much heard the stories of Kyle, but there was one epic one that happened on karaoke night, which was Friday night at the con. And Kyle loves this story because we had a couple of drinks upstairs in him and Gemma's room. And by room, I mean it was, a full-on suite. And Kyle decides that he wants to go do karaoke after a few drinks. Obviously, at this point, he needs a chaperone, so I oblige. We go downstairs to the main hall of the con where they have the stage set up, and it is karaoke night at the con. We go up, and this guy kills it right off the bat by singing a cappella version of the Reigns Castamere. And he nailed it. I mean, it was a great way to start karaoke for geeks with Reigns of Castamere. There's, satellite bars are set up and everything. And Kyle gets another drink and he goes looking for everything. He's looking for one specific song that they don't have, though. And then he gets irate. So he's looking for, he wants to rickroll the entire crowd, is what it comes down to. And they don't have it on the list
they had no
karaoke
Queen.
songs.
They had no Queen. Okay? No Queen. No Queen.
No, they did not have any Queen. They didn't have any Wheatus.
They didn't have any Wheatus for Teenage Dirtbag. They didn't have any Weezer. They didn't have any Weezer. They didn't have any Sublime. They had one Rolling Stones song. And you know what's funny is I kicked my hat, and guess who it landed right in front of? Sue the Fury. Sue the Fury. The organizer.
I thought you kicked your shoe off.
No, I kicked my hat and it landed.
Oh, that's right. It landed right next to Sue the Fury, who had just got done with the trivia night that they hosted offsite.
Yeah.
And so she's there, and Kyle's hat lands right next to Sue the Fury, who's talking to Aziz, Ashea, and Sean from History of Westeros.
Yeah.
And then we walk up, and I'm just shaking my head like, oh, God, Kyle, what are you doing?
We got another donation here from Katrin. So, you all know I love chicken. What I got here, I don't know if you can see, but I got some chicken fingers and some plum sauce, and I got some Chipotle.
Kyle's fucking chicken.
Oh,
for air fry, that has a pretty good crunch to it.
The air fry, really nice. When people make donations, wow, I'm being rude, eating live like this. But when you make a donation, I'm always going to have some chicken wings or some chicken fingers available. So I'm gonna reward myself when you guys are generous, and I'm gonna have some chicken.
Ninor just popped one in there. You might want to read that one.
Oh, delicious. Let's see what they say. Ninor says, who else agrees that JR is looking younger and more handsome each day? Or Kyle, where's my bonsoir? Missed you. Yeah, JR's got a nice new haircut. I'm actually getting my haircut in a couple days. Gemma, this one's for you. I know you're vegan, so.
Oh, are you trolling Gemma right now?
I am.
Good Lord. So back to the subject at hand. What else are we getting out of 2019?
So Game of Thrones season 8, obviously, that's a positive. Like,
that's a huge one.
And one thing that, speaking of season 8, we're getting the return of Miguel Sapochnik.
Magic Miguel Sapochnik. And
I think that a lot of people are really skeptical if it's Game of Thrones season 8. It's going to be like Game of Thrones season 7. I'm not going to compare the two because I think they're going to be different. I think season 8 is going to have a lot of a season 1 type vibe. They know they have to, just like they knew they had to execute season 1 and make sure that they got more seasons. I think they need to make sure that season 8 They have to.
Well, season 8 has to set up the prequels in some regards, so they have to send it out on a banging high note. They have to, because that's what's going to sell the prequel series that are being developed.
Mm-hmm. I agree, man, and cheers to you, Nainor. I think that the fact that the directors they have put in place for Game of Thrones season 8, really encouraging sign, and the amount of time they've taken to really cultivate this season. Look at how much time they used to direct all.
So for those who don't know, there's 3 directors for the final season of Game of Thrones. It's David Nutter, Miguel Sapochnik, and Dan and Dave. D&D are directing the last episode. So basically everything to the conclusion is being handled by Nutter and Sapochnik.
So that's a really encouraging thing. And I know a lot of people are saying, well, Dan and Dave get the last episode. Game of Thrones,
they're bookending it, yeah? I mean, they directed the pilot.
Game of Thrones is maybe the best television show of all time. And for people to I don't want to get into book to show discussion today, because what we're doing today is we're talking about positives. 2019, why it's the best year to be a Song of Ice and Fire and Game of Thrones fan. I think that it's going to be a crazy, amazing season, man. I just think that all the steps that they've taken, man, they got a drone killer. All of the
oh
leaks.
Yeah,
I've read all the leaks. They're all so bad. I honestly think that they are. We're not going to get everything we want. Like, let's be honest about that. But I think we're going to get like a lot of what we want.
I think we're going to get a lot of what we want. Obviously they can't. I hope they don't pay a lot of fan service for like really fan servicey stuff. I hope they stay away from, like hooking up Missandei and Grey Worm, or things like that have kind of been shill only deals.
Cheers to you, PJ. By the way, yeah, I think so too. I think there's going to be some of that, JR, but
a little bit. But I hope they keep it on the low end of it.
And Jared, I got a coffee here. No alcohol for me. I'm taking it easy. I actually had 2 whiskeys.
Yeah, no, I'm doing the same thing. I'm still drinking coffee. It's not even noon on the West Coast right now.
But let's cheers everyone in chat.
Cheers. Any special coffee this time?
Oh, it's a little blurted out. It's a little bit bright. Yeah, it's actually My Little Pony.
Yeah, all Kyle's fault.
So cheers, chat. Feel free to join us in the cheers if you have a coffee or an alcoholic beverage or whatever. And Jean-Luc, yes, I am eating chicken. So whenever someone makes a donation, I'm always going to have a little bit of chicken wings or some chicken fingers. I mean, come on.
Why not? Chicken.
All these I gotta have snacks. Sandor is my man. If I don't honor Sandor while you guys are honoring me, come on. But yeah, so I think that this has to be really high up on the list, JR. Like I said, we weren't going to
return of Sapochnik. Yeah.
And David Nutter's no slouch either.
No, David Nutter's had a lot of the bridge episodes to get to the action. So he's really great at building up that anticipation for the large scale battles, for everything else. And he and Sapochnik work really well together on translating through both episodes, picking up where the other one leaves off. They have this really nice balance about them when they back-to-back episodes.
And I love you too, Karen. But yes, I agree. And David Nutter, for those of you that are a fan of him, enjoyed a lot of his Lost. He was a director for the episode, some of the best episodes of Lost.
Yeah. And he was in the writer's room for that too.
Yep. So, and there were some, as the seasons went on, of course, gets more complicated, and there's definitely some.
There was at one point a Lost that I was solely convinced that the writers were going through all the theory blogs and everything and writing it based off of the best theories. Yeah. Like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, it got pretty crazy. But those are the first 2. Game of Thrones season 8. I mean, Game of Thrones season 8 is happening in 2019. That's our first
and then we'll start getting more prequel news, and I think we'll probably get that just after the season wraps. I think we'll probably get a preview of it on the final episode.
The first episode of Game of Thrones, was that Alan Taylor? It was not. Who was the first? Who directed the pilot? Was it Dan and Dave?
Yeah, Dan and Dave directed the pilot.
Dan and Dave directed the pilot, right? Richard Hoppy, and I hope that answers your question.
Lady of the North, Lady H of the North. Do you think D&D will do a good job with Star Wars?
We don't even know. We don't even know the story yet.
No, we don't know what they're doing. Helen and I have speculated on Most Likely Cantina Buzz about what they're probably going to pick up. And we are of the volition that we think it's going to be Old Republic. They're going to go back in time.
Revan. And
yes, Revan might get some of the Mandalorian Knights, might get some of the other Old Republic stuff.
But it could be in their own. They could be developing their own characters and their own lore.
They could, but I really think they're going to go back in history and use those as the base for it.
Tim Van Patten directed the pilot. Sorry, me and JR are wrong on that one. But yeah, prequel news, JR. Prequel news
is going to be huge.
It's going to be huge. 2019, we're going to get a lot of that. We know that they're actually going to be filming the pilot in about a month from now. So that's just a short time away, and we're going to have some. I mean, we did get some small bits of information. One that Naomi Watts is going to be one of the lead characters, and she's and for anybody that knows, she's in like Lena Headey level actress. She is incredible.
Yeah, she is incredibly good.
She's good with expression. She's good through. She's played multiple different types of roles, and she's definitely got the look of multiple different kinds of characters. Whether it's we know there's not going to be a lot of Valyrians, or we're suspecting that there's not going to be a lot of that. But she could definitely be an ancient Stark. And I think it's interesting because Jane Goldman picking a female as the main character, that would be interesting. Westeros male-dominated society. Obviously, George is bringing up issues over a lot of misogynistic things that happen in
sexism, nepotism. There's a bunch of stuff that goes, and it's great writing for it too. Basically, all the female characters started off in a very weak position and now find themselves at the top of the game.
So very, very interesting. We could see kind of maybe the opposite end of that, where she's someone that's maybe holding the most power.
And this goes so far back that maybe we don't know the whole truth of the prequels, like what we think we know, because this is before the Maesters. This is before written language is really, so this is passed down oral tradition, which is where a lot of our misunderstandings of the Norse gods, the Greek gods, the everything else, we have a misconception of what they are or were.
The mythology, the history.
The mythologies, yeah. But it's been passed down orally for so long that we've lost stuff in translations. And Jean-Luc Picard just asked a question in the chats. Do we think that Naomi Watts is Lan the Clever?
That's a possibility.
It's absolutely a possibility. And I would love to see something like that.
One thing that is really interesting that George did remark about the prequel news that has been out was that someone says, hey, is this like set 10,000 years in the past? And then George kind of cleared that up. He's like, I think it's more like 5,000 years. We got to talk about how the Maesters have, like the Long Night may not have been as far back as we think it has been. So when it had the little thesis, when it said, hey, well, the dark history of Westeros that we don't really know about. There's a couple of interesting tidbits when they first announced, like, hey, what is it going to be focused on? It's going to be focused on the descent of the golden age of into kind of this darker period, and
the Bronze Age, really.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Age of Heroes. So it's a Bronze Age in Westeros.
So we got some more people in chat. We got Carol Brown, obviously one of our favorites. Really excited to see you in 2019, Carol. Of course.
Yes.
Herb Coswell, who's been, I think he was one of my first 100 or 200 subscribers. Herb, love you, my friend. Also a Canadian. Welcome. Connie Super. Yeah, that's nepotism. Canadians are better. No, just kidding. We have who else? We have Carl. We already announced John Haymaker. And I'm sure we'll have a few more people in here. We have Gemma in the chat.
Yeah, Gemma's trolling you.
Yeah, Gemma's in the chat. Art Girl. We have Big E, and Lady Dane. Yeah, so I think that prequel. What's really interesting too. We're going to talk about Con of Thrones last, but
yes,
you know, maybe we'll have enough news to have some really sweet prequel panels at conference. That could be something that can be excited about.
Right.
And yeah, and I think, JR, one thing that I want to say is that we don't have books on this prequel stuff. Like, yeah, we have some information, but we're all going in with the same amount of information, essentially. So
right, it's virtually a blank slate when it comes to it, because and George has made reference to this, that, you know, how much you know might not be what you think you know, because it was written by maesters who obscured and you know, going into the Grand Maester conspiracy, the Great Grand Maester conspiracy, which, you know, limits the information to everybody else. They control the information, they control everything. So how much of stuff was omitted from antiquity?
now a thing that's also interesting, JR, I don't do this personally, and I know my close friends don't. When you have a piece of information that's likely to hurt someone or likely to do damage, there are some people that will hold that information and be like, oh, I don't want to tell that person, that's going to affect them in this way, and then they're going to do this and that. There's going to be a scenario where we find out a piece of information that was likely withheld that could have done a bunch of damage to a certain family or a certain type of culture, whatever, because we're going to find out more about the White Walkers. I'm sure we're going to empathize with their situation or whatever happened to them. We're going to get more information on that. I'm assuming we're going to definitely get more information on that in Game of Thrones Season 8, no doubt, but we're not going to get all of the answers. So there's going to be some of that happening in the prequels, and I think that's really interesting. But the positive thing for me is that we're all going into this. You can't be like, oh yeah, I've read the book 7 times, so I know more than you. There's going to be none of that with the prequels. We're all going in, and that to me is extremely exciting, JR.
Yeah, everybody's walking in on the same ice. I mean, we don't know. We have no idea.
Scott says, I don't know if that's a good thing, Kyle. Not having JRM source material might not generate the. Jane Goldman, you know, she's worked on Kingsman, Kick-Ass. She has an excellent understanding of how important mythology is. So I have a lot of trust in her. I'm not saying that.
I think he's worried about the writing content.
The writing content. George has gushed about Jane Goldman.
Yes.
So
he has.
But like I said, we're focusing on positives today.
Right. We are stepping off into the new year on the right foot and leaning forward and marching on happily, and that's the way it's going to be.
What if the Game of Thrones prequels are like the Star Wars prequels? Yeah, you know, I don't know about that. Well, one thing that I am excited for is for them to cultivate new talent. That's one thing too.
Yes,
you know,
and bringing in new and more actors that are equally as unique as the ones they did for the main series. I think it's going to be really good. And who at this point wouldn't want to jump onto this hype train that is Game of Thrones on HBO? I mean, realistically, we're going to have Thrones content regardless for probably 10 years or longer.
Let's talk about that, JR. The fact that it's like our community. For those, there might be some of you that might be like, oh, you know, I don't enjoy this as much. But our community, you know, it just gives us more time to hang out and get to know each other, and especially for me, create more content, JR. I know that you're personally excited about that. I would like to do YouTube for a lot longer. I have plans to continue improving as a content creator and continue growing the channel. This is what I want to do. So that is a super positive thing when it comes to having the prequels.
Well, that means that, you know, logically we still have books to come out. We're going to have more background books. I've seen a lot of people asking for the Stark history, like Fire and Blood. Like they want to see the Stark history and lineage and the written word of the Starks and the Northmen, which would be really cool as well. I mean, there's such a deep history in this series that you get a reference and you get to go through and it gets talked about. And, you know, that deep lore is really what makes it absolutely amazing.
Carol Brown with a $20 donation. Milady, cheers. I got some chicken here. And she says, JR, there will be dragons and magic. What more do we need?
Exactly. I can't wait to see more Children of the Forest. I want to know more about their culture, which is going to be inherently interesting, I think, especially after the conclusion of the main series. We'll get to see some pieces of it, hopefully, and it should lead to more questions about them, and then we'll get to see them more in the prequel series.
Also, it was mentioned the mysteries of the East. Maybe we have to. That sounds like exploring Ashai and more of Essos.
Well, and there's been a long-standing rumor right now that the Doom of Valeria is going to be another developed series. Rumored. Yeah, not confirming or denying, just saying rumored.
They have multiple.
I think right now they count 6, right?
They're going to make Game of Thrones into a franchise, essentially.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
They are. HBO ain't letting anybody else have Game of Thrones. Let's just say that. And yeah, I mean, Carol, thanks again. Cheers to you, milady. Thank you so much for you guys are crazy generous. We're starting the new year off in style. I'm excited. There is going to be some changes to this stream. I got a green screen right beside me. It's not currently up, but we're going to be using OBS. We're going to be using a little bit of a different format sometimes. And we got some fun new things that are going to be happening. And I got a soundboard. So that's really interesting.
Did it come in?
I've been working on it. So it's gonna bring a really unique point to the stream. JR, okay, so we got Game of Thrones season 8 so far. We got prequel news. Return of Miguel Sapochnik. And we talked about seeing the end.
Seeing the end.
But also
and all the possibilities that are out there with seeing the end, which is huge. I mean, that's really another, like, this is just the end of Game of Thrones is a stepping point to what's next. It's not the end. It's not a true the end. It's a what's next.
And this leads to maybe when does the Winds of Winter come out? Even if it doesn't come out in 2019, we still are going to have Winds of Winter, and that means there is going to be comparative analysis. There is lots of room to compare and discuss, and that's really exciting. JR, as a content creator, Game of Thrones fan, Song of Ice and Fire junkie, really honestly.
Oh yeah, big time. And I think it's a pretty good possibility that we will get Winds of Winter this year. I think it'll probably happen. Yeah, I think it'll be August, September. George isn't really known for trying to do the book release going into the Christmas rush. It's really not one of his things.
You know what?
Maybe he did with Fire and Blood, and I kind of see fall on that same track. If they announce it at Worldcon, I would totally be in for that. When's Worldcon this year? Is it?
Worldcon is it's 2 weeks before DragonCon. It's in August in Ireland, and it's in Dublin. I'll be going.
You are going, okay.
I'm going to be covering. I'm going to be announcement, exciting thing for 2019. I'll be going to Worldcon. Aziz and Ashea will be going. I'm not sure if George will be joining me this time or not, but I'm for sure going to Worldcon. George R. Martin will be there. So I'm a
big fat maybe on that one because I'm trying to make DragonCon no matter what. That's my big push this year.
Hope maybe we get a word with George R. R. Martin. How awesome would that be? Channel's grown. If the channel is grown enough, maybe we get a chance to talk to George at Worldcon or something.
That would be amazing.
Cool. Not going to get my hopes up, but that's a goal.
No, not at all.
So maybe Winds of Winter. We got Fire and Blood this year. George has sounded more positive about
he has been. He's been way more upbeat in interviews and talking. It's led to some people speculating that he's already completed it. He's just waiting for the series to wrap before he launches. I don't think that's true. Just because of the depth of his books and his characters and story arcs and wrapping it takes time. And I don't think he can be done with it and hold it back. I don't think that's in him.
One thing that will happen though is if I do go over to Worldcon, I am most certainly going to have to go visit Robert and Gemma.
Absolutely.
Even though Gemma is coming to Con of Thrones,
so is Robert.
So is Robert. Really excited about that. I'm going to Europe next year for the first time. I've never been to Europe, so I'm really excited.
Oh, you haven't?
I've never been to Europe.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, I've never been to Europe. Yeah, I've actually only tried. Last year was actually the third time that I've ever traveled in my whole life. So that was a really big experience for me.
Wow, awesome. Okay, cool.
Whatever, Gemma. Gemma is she's so salty that she can't have alcohol right now. She's being hilarious in chat. Oh, Carol's throwing down a challenge to you, JR. Hear that?
I challenge you on that one. That Wins a Winner is done. Ooh, Carol Brown, my girl. I don't think I'll go as far as saying the finishing touches are getting put on before he sends it to the editor.
Well, we're going to remain optimistic. I think it's going to come out this year. I feel like it is. I felt the positive energy from George when I went to go see him in California, in Redwood City. I just felt positive energy from him. I got to see him again at Worldcon, of course, a few days later. But I think Winds of Winter is coming up this year. Of course, I'm not an oracle. I can't say for sure. But
what, you're not the soothsayer? I thought you were a soothsayer. That's why I came on. I thought we were doing futures today. I don't know.
But I think that's another positive one. Maybe Winds of Winter this year, and that's definitely another one. JR, what else? Chat. We've talked about a few. Let's get some suggestions from chat.
Nicola did have a question about Melisandre being the Knight's Queen. I don't think it's going to happen, Nicola.
She's completely opposed to him.
Yeah, that's diametrically opposed. That can't happen.
Unless she dies and she gets revived. She won't have consciousness.
Yeah.
Karen Richmond, I love watching old history, Westeros, and Waiter Westeros videos where they talk about Winds coming out in 2015. Yeah.
Everybody tries to be optimistic. We all do. We all hope the best.
Gemma, cheers.
More chicken cheers. Here we go. Gotta love that chicken. All right, chat. What else do we got?
What are some what's a reason? What's a great reason to be a great Game of Thrones? Like, what's one of the more positive reasons for being a Game of Thrones fan in 2019? Let's hear from chat.
I think it's interacting with everybody like this and getting to talk to everybody and going out and, telling the world how great everything A Song of Ice and Fire is and how you should be watching it. I've done it with so many people.
JR, Gemma's throwing down an invite to come chill in London.
Go and meet in London, right?
Oh, Carol Brown with another donation. Carol, I'm going to have to cheers you with another chicken bite here.
He's just waiting for the ideal time to release it. After the show is wrapped, it'll come out late fall or December when winter comes again.
Carol,
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm with you. I think it'll be released in the fall, probably around the same time that Fire and Blood was released this year, Carol. I don't disagree. I just don't think it's done yet.
There are some pretty excellent points that people have made that George and HBO have discussed. I mean, you gotta think that they've discussed tactically when is the best opportunistic moment to release the Winds of Winter. Personally, I would drop it like a week after Game of Thrones season 8, or like the day after Game of Thrones season 8 ends, or something. Wouldn't. You know what I mean?
Oh, I wouldn't.
I would just. I mean, I don't know. I would drop it like a week later and be like, people will be like, "Oh, damn, book."
I think it would be smarter to do the fall release or even early spring of next year. I
think you try to ride the wave of the ending because people want and be like, "Oh, Game of Thrones has ended. I want more." That's right. How I am. I never have enough. Like I watched Avengers Infinity War 10 times.
And it's not a bad way to keep that momentum going. I mean, I totally get it. But for everything else, because we're going to have that blank space of no Thrones until the prequels come out. So to fill that void, I would delay it, a little bit of delayed gratification for the book. I might even delay it into the spring. And then you have something to talk about that's still Thrones related going into the show. Marketing wise, it makes more sense to do that. Plus you give the conventions and stuff time to talk about other stuff going into the prequels, right? Because now you have the Winds of Winter out. So I think it would be smarter marketing to space it just a wee bit.
I don't think there's really a wrong answer on this one.
I don't think, and there's not a right one either. I mean, this is pure speculation, but now we're talking about book marketing strategy. And, you know, I mean, really, it would make sense for them to do it in the fall like they did Fire and Blood leading into the Christmas holiday. But typically, with the exclusion of Fire and Blood, George doesn't follow that model. He drops them when he gets them done. That's always kind of been his thing.
The books are incredibly complex.
They are.
If you guys are going to Harry Potter World, I'll drop by also. I got to go to I went to Disney in Orlando, and I have, if you guys follow me on Instagram at Azora Hype, I have some amazing pictures there. Mia and you guys are awesome. Thank you for having me at your spot in Orlando. That was awesome.
Yeah, well, we're going to be spending a fair amount of money at Disney next year when they open
we're going
Star
to start
Wars.
Hell yeah, we are.
Yeah. We already have a plan in place going for that one. That'll be great.
Yeah, man. But let's want to get into Con Thrones a little bit, JR?
Do I ever?
This is a great reason why you should. I mean, an exciting thing to be a Game of Thrones fan is Con of Thrones, and I think one of the big reasons why is these NDA agreements, non-disclosure agreements. We're going to get some of these bigger name actors and actresses there this year. I am certain of it.
Who's your number one that you want? The dream list. Who do you want more than anybody else?
By the way, shout out to Sibel. I was chatting with her over the Christmas holidays. She is so lovely. And one of the nicest people.
I was chatting with Esme
Bianca.
On Twitter. It was pretty funny.
She's cool. I would have to say, I don't know, man. That's a really. I mean, Pedro Pascal would be up there for me.
Ooh, good one.
Even though he was Oberyn Martell. He only had like a limited role. I don't know, like that's Rory McCann, obviously. I'd say, I'd be like, Rory, let's go have beers or something. I don't know. It would probably be Rory or Liam Cunningham. I love Davos.
See, that's mine. Davos, Liam Cunningham. He's been the spokesperson of spokespersons for HBO and for Game of Thrones. He's always out there. He's done almost all the Sky Atlantic interviews. They always talk to him. Yes, I absolutely want Liam Cunningham. I want Davos.
And like he's been in so many good movies and television. Like,
oh yeah,
he's legit.
Him and Carice, who plays Melisandre, have been in several movies together, and so it's funny to see their antagonistic dynamic on the show. Right?
Getting someone like Sean Bean. Oh my God, are you kidding me? Oh, Boromir. Oh my God. I don't even know.
Helen a fangirl out.
If they got Sean Bean, I would lose my mind. I'm like Lord of the Rings. Oh my, Lord of the Rings and Thrones. Oh my jam. I would lose my mind.
And Kayla wants Jorah. Kayla wants
England. Alfie Allen was supposed to go to Dragon Con last year, Jordy Jedi, and I had an interview locked with him and Pilu, sorry. And I had an interview with Alfie Allen. He got injured. And you know what's crazy is we had one with Lena last year, and she had to cancel
with Lena Headey, yeah.
So you know what? Maybe third time's a charm this year. We get a big interview. I don't know.
Right? Have you sent in your letter for?
No, we're not yet, but it's gonna happen. I'm for sure covering. You know what? You know what I want to request is when the Expanse comes out, everyone, I'm gonna be covering the Expanse.
Yeah. I am too.
When the Expanse comes, actually, JR, you know, me and you should do an after show or something on that. We haven't discussed that yet.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
But I got to party with the
characters. Have you started reading the books at all? Because I'm still on the Leviathan Wake, so I'm like halfway through.
Yeah, same.
Leviathan.
I'm on the first one, and I love it.
Okay. It's amazing. This is like it literally is the Expanse is like George R.R. Martin level writing. Like it's really great, which is funny because the authors, there's two of them. That's the Corey name is a pen name.
Yep.
And this was actually the Expanse was developed for a video game. The whole universe that they created with the Expanse, it started as a video game that they were pitching in China that they were going to develop. And anyway, it got turned into what we now have as the Expanse.
Chat is going crazy. We can't ignore them right now.
No.
Aiden Gillen, I've seen 1,000 Peter Dinklage mentions.
Oh yeah, big time. Maisie
Williams. Energy.
I would love to meet. Yeah,
her like fun, bubbly energy would be amazing. They could get I don't know if they're gonna get like an Amelia Clark, a Kit Harington, a Nikolai or a Peter. I think that they're gonna get someone like Rory or John Bradley. You know, one of those types. I mean, they certainly could.
Who do you want to see again?
Again? Oh, damn.
Yeah.
I love Kate Dickie.
I was gonna say Kate Dickie's up there for a lot of people.
Yeah, Kate's super cool.
We haven't told that story in a while.
I don't know, man. I really like Sam Coleman partying with young.
I know. Cool. Yeah, I really hope Sam comes back. Sam's so cool.
We got the party with Sam. He's cool. I don't know, man. Sibel, man, she was so cool to hang out with. She was really Gemma was there for all of our interviews. She came and chilled. I did the interviews, but Gemma was there and she was so cool. We had I'll tell a little bit of his story, a little bit of behind the scenes. Not everyone. Most I saved this for Patreon just to give it like a special reward for the people who have been crazy supporting the channel. We had malfunctions with the camera. So you only get 15 minutes for an interview because there's several people who have requested interviews. And it was so funny because we just started to have a regular conversation. She's like, oh, where are you from? And I was like turning red in the face. And so eventually she's like, you're nervous. Relax, my little Lannister lion. And she pet me. And then George is like, you
never told me that she called you your Lannister lion.
She called me my little lion. That is the actual truth. Sibel said that to me. So I don't know. I'm partial to Sibel because, she said that to me. But I mean,
she's such a sweetheart too. So
she is very sweet. And it's funny because in that moment, I'm like, I look. Her fiance is sitting like right across from me. I'm like, are you okay with this? And like it was like the whole room erupted in laughter. So, really, really positive vibe. But mine would be Sibel, but I mean, Esme was really nice. Sam was.
Did you get a chance to see their panel?
Dude, no, we were on the YouTube panel. Remember?
No. The Esme and Sibel's panel on basically a sexual assault in women in Westeros. That one.
Look at the chat there, you guys.
Kyle's so cute when he talks about Sibel. Yeah, I know, right? Fake Aria.
Miltos is also rad. We got to chill with him.
Yes.
Serial
Pharrell.
Our friends at Shire Post Mint gave us some swag to give away to Miltos, so we gave him the Valar Morghulis coin as a gift. So that was really cool. That was really rad. Miltos, and he's got such fun, bubbly energy, and he's acted in like real plays. He's super intelligent. He's real
yeah, he's a theater actor. But yeah, he's quite good.
But Con of Thrones. Okay, let's go over several reasons why Con of Thrones is amazing. First, we get to meet people like me and J.R. and Gemma. We got to meet up. That's how I met George, 2017. That's how I met Aziz and Ashea. That's how I met so many of you, people from the chat. I mean, it's insane. That's how I met Carol Brown. I get to meet Carol Brown there too. It is so cool because everybody is there for the same reason. I've been to a few conventions. I've been to Dragon Con. There's 90,000 people at Dragon Con every year. I think I may have seen one fight at a convention. I've been to like 7 or 8 conventions over the past 2 years. Everybody's so happy and just hanging out and cosplay. So many people are dressed up and just like nobody is judging anyone else. And that's the cool thing, right? Everybody is there to enjoy themselves.
No, it's a super inclusive community. And I've said that about Game of Thrones and A Song of Ice and Fire for so long. Like everybody is really caring, outgoing, and that's why, hype and love. And that's why, on the Geek Chat side, we perpetuate community and positive outlooks and helping each other, because it is so inclusive and it is that way. And I'm serious, if you get a chance to go to Con of Thrones, you absolutely should.
Absolutely should. And not only that, it's just get the party. Me and JR like just showed up at one of our room parties. I don't even know how it happened. You were just there.
No, it didn't. It started down in the bar.
Oh, okay, at the bar. And then you came up after.
Then you said, yeah, because you were like, dude, you want to come up to a room? It was Mike and I. And Mike and I were like, well, hell yeah, let's go do that. And that was on Thursday night.
Jeez. Oh, man. There's so many stories we have.
Or no, that was Friday. No, it was Friday night because George had the 360 Samsung camera on the middle of the table. And it was all of us sitting around having a couple of drinks.
Gemma, yeah. We threw.
See, he invited everyone. Gemma's doming you out.
We threw a rad party. We had Lucifer's Lightbringer ideas of Ice and Fire. Burlington Bar was there. Geez, I mean, San Rixian was there.
Yep,
Season of Shea were there. Smokahontas. So many people from the chat too. Carol Brown was hanging out with us. Carol Brown was there. King McKay, all the way from New Zealand.
From New Zealand, yeah. King McKay was there. And then, of course, Pedro.
Yeah, Blaze Manga was there as well.
Manga, yeah, Pedro and Simon.
And this year's going to be,
that was hilarious.
And this year there's going to be new people. There's going to be
absolutely
Robert and DP and others, and it's going to be rad.
And
Helen's coming too. Helen, make Mordor, make Jin, make memes great again.
Make everything great again.
Phil the Issues guy.
Phil, yes. Guy. Quinn from Ice and Fire. Yep. There's so many. James, Dust on the Throne. That was my very first live stream ever. Was with you and James and Gemma and George dropping super chats over the camera. That was hilarious. That was Sunday morning.
That live stream, by the way, we tried to set up in like 3 different areas in the bar. They kicked us out. We tried. They like. Because we were filming, there was some sort of reason why we couldn't do it, but they wouldn't let us film so we had to move up to the room. There are so many different spots where we couldn't live stream, and we tried to have a get together at the bar. And Carol Brown, I think we had like a little crowd in the living room of people drinking, watching the live stream. That was really cool. So
we did birthday shots for Gemma and for everybody's birthday weekend was that weekend. I can't tell you how many times we sung "Happy Birthday."
Yeah. And next year, Con of Thrones falls a week after my birthday, so we're going to be doing.
That's right.
And Robert's birthday is like 3 days after mine, so we're doing literally like
birthday and the meet and greet. We'll make the meet and greet your guys' birthday at Martin's Barbecue. We already got it set up.
Yeah, but so that obviously meeting people, Artist Alley, and there's so many rad like unique things that you could buy, like art. So many cool art, like pieces of art.
San Rixie and Jenna Jenks, Shire Post Mints there.
Oh, geez,
oh man, their stuff is so great.
There's all sorts of like those like surprise boxes.
Yeah,
just really, really so many cool things. Like tons of artists. Like I said, there's people that were selling costumes, hound helmets. Like they were selling the actual there was like an actual
HBO stand.
Where there's like selling swords and stuff like that.
Yep. God, who else was there selling? Everybody was there selling. It was great. And don't forget one of the benefits of the Valerian Pass. If you get that, you get access to the marketplace early. And
it's five or
like hours before. So
yeah, I think it's like 5 or 6 hours early. So you get to check out like the most unique things and be like, oh, that's like one of a kind. Go grab that, you know?
Exactly. And that's because they only bring a limited stock with them. And so when they're out, they're done. That's all they have. So getting access to the marketplace with the Valerian Pass is a great deal because you can get in there, and if you're looking for a con specific merch, or if you're looking for, the really unique or whatever items that they are bigger, they can only bring one maybe, then boom, you'll have access to it first with the Valerian Pass.
Another really cool thing is obviously with going to Con of Thrones is getting to dress up in cosplay, but you can also there's photo shoots and stuff.
Yes.
So like, actors and actresses, you can go get and there's super funny photos that you can take and whatnot. Like Gendry Baratheon and Joe Dempsey, got to meet him and do a special Instagram post with him, which is really cool. But he came by and chatted with Blaze Manga, and Blaze Manga were like hungry because they hadn't taken a break yet, and Joe traded a bag of chips for a print of Blaze Mangas. So there's all sorts of cool interactions like that. But yeah, you can go take a picture with Joe, or obviously there's other actors and actresses there, young Hodor and Miltos, and you go take a picture with them and basically just like get this amazing memory.
Right.
Frame it or put it somewhere in your house, or show your friends, or whatever you want to do with it.
Or you can get an item autographed is the other thing. So you can get a picture or get an autograph, and they set up different times with different celebrities from the show on what they're doing at that time. So, they'll let you know when it is and everything else. And if you're a Valerian Pass holder, you get a $30 coupon, $30 off.
Yeah, it's like a voucher.
It's a voucher, yeah, for either an autograph or a picture with your favorite character.
In 2017, Kala has a great point. She says, I hope they bring the throne back this year for photos. They didn't have it last year.
No, they did not.
But I hope that they will have it this year. That would be awesome.
This will be Kayla's third year, like yours.
Yeah. So really
water dancing with Miltos. So that is, I don't know if they've confirmed it yet this year, but that was an add-on for even Valerian. Like, you had to add on for that, and I think it was $30 or $50 somewhere in there for training and water dancing with Miltos himself, which is Syrio Farrell.
That's one of the cool things. Obviously, I personally enjoy going to the panels to see people like people from Watchers on the Wall, or like LML. Me and Gemma, we did a panel when LML jumped on like halfway through with us. We were talking about Ragnarok. Like, how dope is that, for that to be just like something spontaneous?
For the best pairs. That was the pairs panel, which was great.
Then Phil the Issues guy brought his drums and like xylophone.
It was so great. That was a great panel on that was Sunday morning.
And we can't really talk too much about it, but we've had a couple of panels approved for Con of Thrones already this year. So
yes, we have.
We're going to be doing some panels again. So, but yeah, panels, and obviously, I think we both agree, and Gemma will agree, and others will agree, that the coolest thing is like, it's a weekend getaway. Yeah. It's the partying, the getting to meet your friend, or meeting people that you've never met before, essentially. Hanging out.
Internet friends can be friends too.
Like put it this way. This is a little bit sappy, but like, I see JR coming to my wedding someday if I ever get married. You know what I mean? Like, how often do you get to meet someone and be like it was so like crazy.
Instant. Yeah, it was like instant too. Like,
JR saved my life.
Yes, I did.
He protected me. We won't get into that live on stream.
Well, we've told that story before. Go back and check out all live streams.
Don't do that. The YouTuber meet and greet was great. There was tons of content creators.
Oh, and Tony Teflon taking the MC role on that one. That was great. He just started working it, man. Tony Teflon was just on spot with it.
So, Con of Thrones, another great reason to be a Game of Thrones fan for 2019. Obviously, this is not something that is available for everyone. We have a pretty diverse chat here. There's people that live in all different parts of Europe. Some people, we've had people from Australia, obviously.
New Zealand, West Coast, the islands.
Yeah.
South Africa, everywhere in Europe.
Crazy.
I mean, forget about it. We got people everywhere.
We got people that are fans in India, Iraq. Like, it's just crazy that the scope, Game of Thrones, like the global impact.
Yes, and it really is a global impact at this point. Like, how many languages is it translated into now? Because it's like
a lot.
30.
A lot.
Absolutely a lot. So yeah, I can't say enough about Con of Thrones, and Mischief Management does a great job with it. This will be year 3 for them for that. They've been running LeakyCon, which is Harry Potter, for 10 years, and they've been selling it out to the point where now they're going to have 2 next year, one in Boston and one in Dallas, going back to the same hotel we were at last year.
See, Storm Steel in the chat. Actually, let's do this. Let's do a little experiment. Storm Steel is in South Africa right now. Let's see where everyone is from. Let's see how many countries are in the chat right now. There's 100 people watching. I know everyone doesn't comment, but
no, but this is a good time to not be shy and come out and say hi and shout out where you're from.
So we got New York.
We got New York.
We know that, like, I think it's like 65% of the people that watch the channel are from the US.
Oh,
Sweden.
Probably.
Sweden. Yep. And Katrina also made a donation with the Crown
in France. Brooklyn. Jojo.
Denise Hall from Canada. Cool.
Sweden. Ozark. Florida.
North England.
Texas.
Netherlands. Finland. Tim. Australia. Ireland, Australia, Croatia. Yep. Damn.
Exactly.
I'm loving this. Scotland. Fantoni is in the chat. Hey, Fantoni. Nice to see you. Another great content creator. Go check out his channel. Scotland. California.
Ireland, California. Yeah, I'm in Nevada now, Pandora.
Mesa, Arizona.
Austria. Sarah Bright Roar. I still love Bright Roar. That's actually what I call one of my nieces is Bright Roar.
Oh,
her name's
Austria.
Rory. Austria. Yep, there we go. Texas. Texas holding down.
Damn. That's pretty
Texas
sweet.
and New York and California seem to be the most popular states. Oh, there's another Florida. More Floridas.
Gemma and her accent are the best. Yeah, she's okay.
She's okay. Good God.
Yeah, I'm gonna hear about that.
You're just inviting her to troll you more.
Yeah,
she's in the chat.
Well, what am I mean, I get her and Helen are my nightmares, so whatever. But yeah, no, I mean that's pretty awesome.
Jamie McKenna holding down the LBC.
LBC. Kentucky, Warsaw, Poland. Okay.
Warsaw.
So we got like that was like 20, 25 countries. That's pretty rad, you know?
It is. And that just goes to show how far, this fandom has grown. I mean, it's a global sensation at this point.
So what we're going to do in chat, since we still got 95 people here watching, and if you do enjoy this, you enjoy Game of Thrones content, make sure you hit that like.
Another Texas.
Yep. More Texas. If you are enjoying this content, please feel free to slap a like on this video. And if you aren't subscribed to the channel, more content is coming up next. I got a brand video for you guys. I know I haven't had videos lately. I was taking that break. I was at the cottage. I had to take advantage of that time during the holidays.
Oh, you totally should have during the holidays. I'm glad you did. I mean, we talked a little bit, but you're like, man, I'm just laying back and enjoying it.
But I did get some work done. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. I got a Sandor Clegane video coming. I got a Samuel Tarley video coming and a brand video coming. And then we're gonna go back to Ragnarok. So I worked on 4 videos over my 11 or 12 days off. So I did a lot of writing, starting with the brand video tomorrow. So, and then me and Gemma are going to be talking about Sansa Stark on Friday, rethinking Sansa Stark, getting the Citadel of Hype podcast back up on Friday on Gemma's channel.
Good.
But chat, let us know. Let's get a little. We got
who's going to Con of Thrones? That's it. Let's do fire emojis for if you're going to Con of Thrones.
Yeah. So let's do a show of hands. Fire emojis if you're going to Con of Thrones. Let's do that. It'll be at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Friday on Gemma's channel. Otilla Angel's going. Awesome. Hashtag San.
Yeah, who wrote that? God, what a weirdo.
GeekChat1. That'd be you.
Yes,
okay.
Yes, it would be.
Okay, so I'm assuming we're going to see a little bit of a flood. Okay, Carl.
Yeah,
Carl.
Hey, weird. Secrets of the Citadel is going to Con of Thrones. Huh? Who knew?
Karen Richmond. Oh, Karen. Awesome.
Karen's going. Awesome. PJ. Yes. Fantastic. The fire engine is great, Gemma. I do love that one.
Damn, Jesus, Murphy. My phone is going crazy.
Did you pull a rook move? You know you're supposed to put that on silent.
So there's a few. We know. Carol Brown. We know you're coming.
Yeah, Carol. Yeah.
Well, there's going to be more. So people are coming to Con of Thrones. What I want to do is me and J.R. want to open it up. We got some time left here. Let's open it up to some. Let's talk about 2019. Why it's a great year to be a Game of Thrones fan. Let's finish this discussion. Let's wrap it up. Let's talk about some positives for this year. Let's do that. And then we'll talk a little bit about what's coming next, like me and J.R. talked about earlier.
Yeah, we'll cover some of the stuff that's coming up this year.
I take another bite of chicken here in honor of all the people that made a donation.
Is Rick, are you going this year?
I think Rick's going as well.
Oh, awesome. He's trying to find the emoji. He's like, I can't find the emoji.
I'm going to be cosplaying, Carol. I'll be cosplaying this time. I'm not going to shave my beard this time.
Pandora Stargarian, do y'all know if this is the last year for Con of Thrones, or will it continue because of the prequels? I think it's going to continue because of the books and the fandom that's built around it.
I think Con of Thrones is going to continue.
Yeah, Con of Thrones is going to continue.
I think it's going to be happening for years and years and years.
I mean, LeakyCon has been running for 10 years under the tutelage of Mischief Management. That's their flagship convention. And it's 10 years now, and now they're having 2 this year, one on the East Coast and one in Texas.
And Harry Potter hasn't had as much content as Game of Thrones is going to have over the next few years. So
exactly, we've gotten the Fantastic Beasts of Where to Find Them movies, both of them, but that's about it. Hey, Lauren, how you doing, hon? Brown comes for life. Carol Brown, yes, absolutely. I've actually got that tattooed right there on my shoulder. Brown
Luminia. Oh, we got a really nice comment from Luminia. Hi, all. Love you all so much. Thank you for all of your wonderful videos and discussions. Oh, we really appreciate that. Thank you. There is an awesome comment here, Matthew Lee. This is actually, I think this is kind of a positive to see how we are all wrong with all of our Endgame theories. If we are genuinely shocked and surprised, I'm for that.
I think that should be a panel. Should be where we went wrong. I think that'd be a hilarious panel to do.
I'm definitely going to be cosplaying though, peeps. That's 100% confirmed. I'm going to get my friend Dan Hasegawa, who goes to anime conventions, to help me out with my costumes. He's a professional cosplayer. He does, I don't know if you guys know the game Overwatch. He does Genji, the ninja, and all sorts of like Monster Hunter, like video game ones and other anime ones. He's awesome. So I'm going to get him to help me make a costume.
Fantastic. And I'm doing at least one.
Endgame videos. Okay, Turbo says more Thrones content. I'm think that. Adrian says, I think 2019 is going to be a huge year for A Song of Ice and Fire's fans because the greatest show in history is ending, and I truly believe Winds of Winter will be released this year. Think about that, JR.
Carol Brown, absolutely true. I think it will be released this year, if not early in 2020.
I think there's definitely going to be some shocks. I mean, come on now. 9R says Tormund confirmed. I don't know.
Maybe Kyle Lisi.
Maybe Kyle Lisi.
Are you doing Kyle Lisi?
Oh, Angelina, hi.
Oh, your sister.
My cousin.
Your cousin. Oh, okay. I wasn't sure of the relations.
We're fam. We're fam.
Yeah. Oh, Gemma loves my Nelson and Murdoch.
You know what? Love that shirt. Huge Daredevil fan. Can't believe it was canceled. We're not going to get into that, though. Prince that wasn't promised in relation to 2019, not just for a Thrones fan. This year is simply the best year to be a nerd.
It is. This is Geek of the Year.
End of the era for Marvel. Like, we're talking Avengers, Iron Man, Thor, Captain America. Like, this is like that movie. They're talking about it's going to be like Return of the King length, like 3+ hours. I cannot wait. And that's in April. Like Game of Thrones and Avengers. Oh my God.
There's so much stuff coming out. This is like, seriously, this is the year that geeks inherit the earth.
Oh, Godzilla, Captain Marvel, Spider-Man, Star Wars. Like they're remaking all the Disney animated movies. Oh, Mandalorian, new Star Wars movie. We're like, it's just there's so many. There's other great shows that are going to be ending this year. Homeland, a show that I followed since the start. Claire Danes, great. Season 8, that's going to be the last season for that. There's other great shows that are coming out.
Lion King, Dumbo. I can't wait for Dumbo because Tim Burton, I love his visuals and the way he tells stories, and I cannot wait to see Dumbo because it's going to be dark.
April's going to be Dumbo. Yeah, no, the trailer for that. Oh my God, dude. Oh, there we got Punisher that's coming out in like literally a week. We know it's going to be canceled, but that's
another
one.
It's getting canceled right after that. Actually, yeah, Gemma and I probably need to record another Snapchats.
We got to do. There's going to be more Marvel content coming. Also, we're going to be 2019. We're going to be getting news on the Disney streaming service. Loki. There's going to be a Loki television show, and there's also going to be a Scarlet Witch show, and
Scarlet Witch and Vision.
Scarlet Witch and Vision, and Winter Soldier and Falcon. Yes. That's just sign me up. I heard the Winter Soldier and Falcon one's only going to be one season, but the other ones are going to be multiple seasons.
Yeah, and. Well, I'll go ahead and talk about it a bit. And it does sound like Disney will resurrect Defenders and not completely scrap it. But what they're going to do is they're going to brand their own content first so they don't appear to be retreading what Netflix has already done and pick them up after they've established their brand. So it'll be like a 2-year gap.
I don't, man. I'm just salty about that. I'm just not happy about it.
Punisher hasn't been renewed. It'll be canceled after this season aired, but this season was in the can already. It was already done.
And it's going to be an amazing season. John Bernthal as Punisher, he was fantastic. Fantastic. Out of all the castings for a character, I think he was the best one. Even though I enjoyed Daredevil the most.
Daredevil, Matt Murdock. No,
Charlie Cox.
Yes, was perfect.
Damn. Oh, yeah. I mean, there are so many. This year is the blockbuster movie year. I mean, X-Men: Dark Phoenix. I know some people aren't as excited about that.
Don't even get me started on this.
I won't get into that one though. Spider-Man: Far From Home comes out on my birthday, which I'm excited.
Yep, and they just released it into the Spider-Verse.
Yep, that's great. There's going to be all sorts of. I think for those of you that like anime, I think there's My Hero Academia is coming out as well. There's all sorts of amazing animes. New seasons are coming out as well. Just like overall, if you're a nerd, if you like movies, you like television, there's like something for everyone this year, really.
Books, comic books, space operas.
Can't beat Ben Affleck as Daredevil. Andy, my friend.
Andy. Oh no.
Oh jeez. Don't wake the dragon in JR right now. Okay? But you know what? Let's not even talk about Daredevil because I am so salty about it being canceled. That was like maybe my other favorite show other than Game of Thrones and The Expanse.
Okay, I'm not getting started on it. Okay, good call. So, meanwhile, back at the ranch. Meanwhile, at the Hall of Justice.
So, this year, lots of great things to be excited about, JR.
Yes, Stranger Things will be released in the beginning of July, right around the 4th of July. It'll be, I think it's on the 3rd they're releasing it.
The day before my birth. That's 2 days before my birth. That'll be like right near Con of Thrones time. We can all watch it. Maybe
we can have a watch party at Con. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
I love Stranger Things. I love the 80s tropes that it plays on. Like if you like The Goonies, Batteries Not Included, E.T., Indiana Jones.
E.T. is all like in my top 10.
If you liked any of those movies, you need to watch Stranger Things because it's fantastic. It plays
and by the way,
all of those tropes.
They've confirmed 5 seasons for Stranger Things in total. So 3, 4, and 5. So there's 3 more seasons of Stranger Things
that we know of so far. They might go past it. Depends.
Yeah. I think there's 8 episodes only, though. I think they're doing less, but they're doing 3 more seasons. So
interesting. Okay.
But there's for sure a season 3 and 4. That's all I know. But they've talked about ending it at season 5, which I think would be perfect. Not too many seasons. Those kids grow up fast, man. They get big.
Con of Thrones is in July. Is Mia going? Mia, are you going to Con?
Mia, are you coming? You should. Where are you getting?
Stand By Me. That's another one. John Haymaker. Good point. Yes, they play on that one.
Just reading, PJ. I'm constantly reading up on all of this stuff. YouTube, lots of YouTube video content creators too, PJ. All sorts of content creators like Collider. They're always talking about this kind of stuff.
Yeah, and we just end up reading it. Like I have web crawlers for information coming out on different geeky stuff that come in. They filter into my email box, so I get updates all the time when anything drops.
But yeah, 2019, great year to be a Game of Thrones fan. Great year to be a fan in general. And you got Carol Brown says salt and peppery, all spicy, but Luke Cage. Luke Cage, I can't believe. I mean, I was excited to see another season of that as well. I didn't think season 2 was as good as season 1, but I certainly thought they should continue it. Dark Phoenix or Captain Marvel. I'm super excited about Captain Marvel. I think it's going to be really good.
I think it will, but Dark Phoenix is going to be garbage, Carol. I completely agree with you. I feel so bad for Sophie Turner because inherently they screw up what Dark Phoenix actually is.
You know what? First Class was good.
Yeah, I agree. I didn't mind First Class.
But then they shit the bed with the other ones.
Well, it's Bryan Singer killing all of the X-Men franchise. Like he single-handedly screwed up all of our childhood. Him and George Lucas remaking
But you know
stuff,
what? But you know what? There is rumors that they're going to introduce X-Men in the next Black Panther movie. So
I heard that they're going to be at the end of Endgame. That they're going to be the cutscene.
Oh, that would be badass.
That's one of the rumors I've seen.
Also rumored that Hugh Jackman will have a cameo in Avengers 4. So that's certainly exciting too. Him as Wolverine again. I'd love to see him go get Thanos, man.
We better get Deadpool too. That'll be great.
I think Avengers, the next Avengers movie is going to be absolutely amazing. Oh my god. We're going to ignore Gemma there.
No, because it's totally true, Gemma. That is not hyperbole at all. That is totally true.
Yeah. Anyways, let's talk about a few things that are plans for 2019, JR. Let's start off with you. What positive things that you have going on for you for 2019, content creator and yourself?
Let's see. So moved to Vegas, so I'm here now. I got some stuff working on the personal side, but show and content stuff that's coming. Looking at covering more conventions, and being in Vegas is pretty fortunate because we get a lot of events that come here that I can go and cover and bring more content to y'all with. I got a couple local ones that I'm planning on doing here coming up. And then
me and JR are talking about maybe even starting our own little office in Nevada, so I can go back and forth to the US a little bit easier. I would rent a place there or something like that, and maybe we start an office and hire some editors and stuff like that, and start our own kind of collider.
As a producing and start producing more content. So we're working on that. Podcasts and other stuff are coming up. Obviously, we have Mos Eisley Cantina Buzz with Helen and myself, and then Gemma, Secrets of the Citadel, and I do Snapchats, which is Marvel content. And then Kyle and I do a podcast of Bronze and Iron,
which we're going to rekindle.
Yep, which is coming up again after the first of the year. We kind of took a little break, and that's coming back up. So we got all that, and then I've got a website that'll start this year. And okay, are we going to be secretive right now? We can be secret, right?
Do whatever you want, man.
Yeah, we can. Well, it's just a couple of our close friends around, so I can probably say this. Along with that website, there's also going to be a merch shop.
Oh, very cool. Figure out new t-shirts
So
and stuff like that.
we're working on some different stuff for that as well. But that's really been the focus for right now. It's about all we got right now, and more reporting from the field for us. That's our big plan.
Yeah. I'm really excited that you want to come to Dragon Con because I think, I mean, even though we know Con of Thrones is going to be our jam, you love Marvel as much as I do, Star Wars, all that, and Dragon Con is it's like you're a kid in a candy store. You kind of can't go wrong. I mean,
No.
you can experience like 5% of the weekend. That's how much content there is at Dragon Con. So that is, really exciting. One thing that's really excited and I'm really excited about is to see JR blossom as a content creator. Learning, you're getting better at editing, doing all that audio stuff. And I remember when I first started, man, I was like, and I'm looking back, I'm like, shit, I wish I knew that all this stuff that I wasn't doing correctly in the beginning, So yeah, this year is exciting because really, I mean, there's so much opportunity.
And really, I have for the editing stuff, I have you to thank, and Gemma and Robert and Aziz and Ashaya from History of Westeros. You guys have helped me out so much with different stuff as it came up. And then getting to write for your channel for a while too. That was a lot of fun. We had some good scripts come out in that time.
Yeah, definitely. And that won't be the end of that. Jared will be joining us. Well, I guess we'll announce it now, but me and Gemma will be doing live after shows for all 6 episodes of Game of Thrones season 8. Right. We're gonna have 3 on each channel, 3 on my channel, 3 on Gemma's channel, and JR is gonna be joining us for those. So that's gonna be really exciting. So live after show right after the episodes. Raw, like we're just gonna go after it. And
that's one thing. Thank you, Nynor. That Helen and I are doing great on that. We do have special guests lined up for Mos Eisley Cantina Buzz. Rarist is coming on with us at the end of the month.
Damn, that's awesome.
Yeah, so Rarist is coming on. George Sartiano is coming on. Probably in between that.
His Star Wars knowledge is like better than anyone. He's like an encyclopedia
of Star Wars information. So those will be 2 great ones. And right now I'm actually working on an episode for Cantina Buzz. It's going to be all about lightsabers, kyber crystals, where they come from. And I'm reaching out to some friends in the Star Wars, how do you say it? Custom saber building realm. To come on and talk about building their own lightsabers that are combat ready, because some people know that I'm getting started in the Saber Legion, which is full contact combat lightsaber dueling. So that's been pretty fun.
That's badass. One thing I've also explored too, and I love Star Wars so much, man. I can't wait for the next episode to come up. Is I'm exploring. I want to go to. I want to go to that the Huntington Bar, man, in Chicago, man, with the Burlington Bar in Chicago, man, and go actually watch an episode of Game of Thrones with all those people and do like a reaction there or something, man.
That'd be pretty cool.
I want to do a watch party or something for Game of Thrones season 8. But a lot of you have been asking if I should do. You guys want me to do reactions for the episodes? I can certainly do that. I think I got the office set up now. I'm going to be doing a couple other things in here to set this up. I'm going to get a TV in here eventually, which is crazy. 2018, everyone, like, and you guys are all such a big part of this. I'm almost completely debt free, which is absolutely insane. I literally have $800 left. I don't really like to talk about this stuff publicly, but I have $800 left of debt in my whole life, and that feels like a huge weight. You know what I mean? I can't believe it. So you guys have all been such a huge part of that, and I am so looking forward to just like creating positive things, like, investing in things and not constantly being behind on things like you are for most of your life. You know what I mean?
But I mean, you absorbed a lot of expense coming to the States for 4 months this year. I mean, let's not throw out that. I mean, you were investing in yourself and in your channel when you were doing it and knowing what you were doing. So, but it's awesome that you're almost done paying it off.
But learning the Mac, super excited about that. setting up the office a little bit more. I kind of want to, I want to get some like Game of Thrones stickers or something. Maybe we'll set up a wall of height right here. I have another one. Maybe I'll set up a wall of height right behind me or something. I'm getting I got the green screen so we can do some cool backgrounds for me and you for live streams and stuff like that, and for me and Gemma. So that's really exciting.
I'm looking at picking up a new webcam where I can actually do it on the webcam itself without having to use OBS. So
yeah,
it's interesting. There's all sorts of stuff that's coming. Everybody's always trying to evolve, and we're no exception to that. We're trying to go to the next level.
But goals to have some really awesome playlists on Thrones content. So I want my Ragnarok playlist videos to have like 10, 15 videos. I want to have like, like the God's Eye video did with like psychological mythos, all sorts of stuff wrapped in there. I want like 15 videos like that. So we're going to be building content on the channel. I'm actually going to be doing a preview for all of the main characters for Game of Thrones Season 8, starting with Bran tomorrow. So making playlists on the channel, like awesome content, like theory crafting. I'll be doing some Fire and Blood stuff too, mixed in there, some book stuff. So really excited about that. One thing I haven't really talked about, and JR, I know you've struggled with it as well. I haven't really talked about it a lot here on the channel. Is I've struggled with dyslexia for like, I've always had not so much reading comprehension, but writing and stuff like that. So sometimes my words get mixed up, and I have to, like, when I'm writing a script, like I'll send it to Gemma or something to look over it, because I mix up, and I'm French Canadian too, so I'm like two types of grammar and then mixing that up. So I've been working on that all year. It's just stuff like that, you know what I mean? Like progressing and learning things and becoming better at things. I feel like my writing has come so far. Like your writing, JR, we've talked about that, like just how much we've grown over the course of 2018.
Oh yeah.
And coming into this year. So I feel like there's just so much positivity ahead, like with this year. Not so much focusing on the negatives. We learn from our failures and stuff like that, but Gemma gets her red pen out. Yeah, but I just think there's so many positive things to focus on in 2019. That's what we're gonna do here on the channel, everyone. Hype and love. We're gonna ramp that up. I want to get to 30,000 subscribers. We're gonna try to get there before season 8. I think we can do it. And hopefully we can grow the channel even more. I can make better content on Patreon for you guys, and just, cover. I'm going to be covering Marvel on the channel, Expanse, Game of Thrones, and just, overall, hopefully deliver just a lot more fun for you guys. And, me and JR will be going to conventions, covering that kind of stuff for you guys. But, but yeah, no, I think 2019 is just a great year to be a Game of Thrones fan and just a nerd in general, JR.
Geek Chat can absolutely handle 30K, Daisy.
We want that. Come on.
Yeah, yes, we do. And actually, Geek Chat, thanks for everybody who's on there. I really appreciate you guys. You guys make it what it is. It's a fun place to geek out. I can't say enough. So thank you for coming out and being on there and being a part of the conversation. Getting to chat about all the things that we love in our fandoms. I had a personal goal that we would have 500 by the end of the year in GeekChat1. Just kind of,
are you at 600 now?
Yeah, 600 before the first of the year. So in 4 months we have 600 members, which is unreal. I mean, I didn't think that it would be like that kind of
during Game of Thrones season 8. Right. It's gonna blow up.
Oh yeah,
you're gonna be more. Like, shit. How do I?
And all the Star Wars stuff, and Gemma and I are doing Marvel. I mean, there's just all sorts of crazy stuff going on. So it's really great.
But thank you. Let's do some thank yous before we go. I can't physically name everyone, so everybody that's here right now, thank you so much for joining us. By the way, like, this is everybody this year. You're all awesome.
Did you really? Karen Richmond found out in Geek Chat 1 that she is the scrappiest chicken in the forest. I thought that was great for you.
I do love me some Karen, man. She is awesome. There's so many people got to thank, Karen being one of them.
Absolutely.
I can't physically name everyone, but there's people that definitely stick out. The Misas of our community, dude. Like Karen's been a Misa. Carol Brown has been a Misa. PJ of Ice and Fire in the chat. Nancy Talkstein, right? Morally.
Yeah, Nancy T.
Morally, you know what I mean? People that let me stay with them on my trip. Rick Hoppy, who's in the chat right now. Mia, who let me stay with her in Orlando, and with her and her boyfriend. They're amazing people. Aziz and Ashaya, who let me stay in Atlanta with them 4 different times.
Yeah.
George and Angie, of course, letting me stay with them in California. Aziz letting me stay with him at Patreon Con. My God, dude.
Yeah, because Aziz won the competition for the first ever Patreon Con.
And we had this like stacked hotel room.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, and so there's like literally so many more people that I can't name. Like just everybody on Patreon, everybody that's made, whether it's $1 or whether you've liked the video, dropped $1 in the super chat, whether it's you've liked the video, you subscribed to the channel, left a comment, whether
all of it helps.
All of it. Love all of it. And this year, the plan is to continue to grow the channel even more. I am more motivated than ever. I am the healthiest I've been in 4 years. I still got some things to work on. I'm taking yoga classes. I'm going to the gym. I've lost 20 pounds since I've got back from Cali. But yeah, I think all in all, what we're going to, 2019 is going to be a really positive year. I am so excited that all of you will be part of that.
I think you forgot somebody. I'm not sure who it is.
Gemma and Helen, obviously. Gemma and Helen. I was just waiting till the I knew she was going to say something in chat. So
that's so great.
Gemma and Helen, obviously, and you, JR, and there's just so many other people who have been super helpful. You know what I mean? Like I said, I can't physically.
Well, we all love collaborating, and it's really a team effort, which is funny because you would think that it would be steeped in competition, and it's not. Everybody tries to help everybody. It's great. I mean, this community is completely unique. I love it.
There's this amazing song from a band called Slightly Stupid, and a man who thinks he's a fool, he be the wise man. So I think that I'm not perfect. I make a shitload of mistakes. That's the phone's ringing. Ignore that for a second. But I think
professional.
So professional. We got the phone ringing in the background. Namaste in the background. But yeah, I think that we got a lot of room for growth. Channel as a person, as a human being. And,
we all do. If you ever stop growing and reaching, then you're taking up too much room.
Yeah, for sure. So we're gonna try to do as much. We're gonna try to make this hype and love community even better. Grow GeekChat1, obviously. If you haven't joined, make sure you go check GeekChat1 out on Facebook. It's gonna be awesome. Awesome little community. Not so little anymore. And
it'll be the year of maximum effort.
Maximum effort. It's going to be a crazy year. Doing all sorts of crazy things again, and yeah, I'm not going to stop. I love this so much. I don't think you guys know how much I actually love this. It's addicting to chat with you guys and hang out with you guys. It's my favorite thing in the whole world. Seriously. So
that's totally true. It is really addictive, and it's so much fun to get to interact with everybody in the community. It's fantastic.
Gemma, you're such a troll. Get out of here. So we're gonna wrap it up, everyone. JR, people can go check you out at GeekChat1 on Facebook and Twitter,
or just Google us. It'll come right up. You can find us everywhere.
GeekChat1. You can check me out on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all social media at AzorHype. So pretty easy to find me. Of course, if you want to chat about something, whether it's Game of Thrones or whatever, we're always down for chatting nerd. We'll be doing more giveaways, of course. I'll be giving away the copy of Game of Thrones, signed by George R. R. Martin during the season. That's going to be really interesting. Signed by George R. R. Martin. Really awesome. Got to get that at WorldCon. And yeah, we'll be doing more giveaways, all sorts of cool stuff. And like I said, more hype and love, more content. We're gonna just try to improve the community, our channel, and ourselves in every way we can. So with that said, thank you so much for joining us. Next live stream, for me at least, will be on Gemma's channel on Friday, Citadel of Hype podcast, Rethinking Sansa Stark. So if you have questions for that, leave them in the comment section or come and check us out on Gemma's channel, or you can leave them to her on Twitter or GeekChat1 if you have questions for that. That'll be at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Friday. And me and JR we're not sure. Maybe you want to do a podcast of Bronze and Iron on Sunday? We can do a new one. We haven't really kind of discussed what we're going to talk about yet.
Yeah, we could do it. Yeah, we could do it Sunday. That's normally when we premiere Cantina Buzz. But yeah, we can still get it in on a Sunday.
Well, we'll figure something out. It'll be soon though.
Yeah, we'll get it Bronze and Iron kicked back up.
And Robert has agreed to be a guest on that. Really excited for that. And we're definitely going to get some other people on that too. So
absolutely.
So thank you for joining us again, everyone. This has been a really, really awesome stream. And thank you for all the amazing donations. Jeez, you guys, I think we got
hype today.
Like 250 today or something. You guys are crazy. So thank you so much, everyone. And we will see you all in the next video. Hype and love.
So lunch.